XDC Network may have just proven that institutional adoption is accelerating. ClearStreet has joined XDC as a masternode validator, placing a major U.S. financial infrastructure company directly inside the consensus layer of the network. XDC recorded an all-time high of 27.7 million monthly transactions, while recently reporting approximately $1.54 billion in real-world asset connected to the network. Institutions, assets, and activity are increasing on the XDC network, and we're going to talk about exactly that in this video. If you've been here for a while, you know I do enjoy the XDC network, and yes, it has been a long time since we discussed this project. And if you are new to this network, this is definitely a video you want to check out. This project is doing some amazing things, which we'll discuss here in a second. If you're still on the fence about XDC, if you watch this whole thing, I think you'll have a different perspective of this network when you see who they're connected to, what they're doing, and how they're growing this year alone. So let's go ahead and get into the first story. This does come from BSCN. Check it out. Read along with me. XDC Network added another major U.S. institutional validator. ClearStreet, a regulated New York financial infrastructure firm, has joined XDC Network as a masternode validator. The regulated New York financial infrastructure firm will validate blocks and maintain the ledger. It will also participate in network governance under XDC's delegated proof-of-stake system. ClearStreet joins other established institutions in the XDC network ecosystem, including Deutsche Telekom and SBI Holdings. As we move over to Bitcoin.com here, we do have a little bit more explanation coming from Robert Rutherford. He is the Chief Executive Officer of ClearStreet Digital. He states, compliant public blockchains are becoming part of the capital market stack, and the firms that build market infrastructure should help operate that layer. Running a masternode validator on XDC Network places ClearStreet inside the consensus layer of a network built for payments, trade finance, and tokenized real-world assets. Rutherford continued, this is a direct extension of what we already do, operate modern real-time infrastructure that sophisticated investors can rely on. We want to be accountable for the next layer of capital markets, and that means help run it. And you go through, this is the other validators as well. I don't want to spend any time discussing that. You can definitely check that out. But coming from the co-founder of XDC Network, he states, ClearStreet joining as an institutional validator advances our push to deepen XDC Network's presence in the United States. That's the big move here. It's getting their foot in the door with the United States and growing their presence. Bringing a regulated U.S. financial infrastructure firm that of this standing strengthens our validator set and marks another step in this convergence of traditional and decentralized finance. And as we move over to XDC's masternode app, you can see that all these masternodes are running 10 million minimal XDC tokens staked. So what I'm pointing out about that is you have to stake 10 million tokens on the XDC network to be a masternode. So as we step back and just look at what we just read, we witnessed the expansion of XDC into United States regulated institutions. We're also seeing that we're getting more tokens staked on the XDC network, and we're not just talking a couple of tokens staked. As they bring on new masternode validators, they have to stake a minimal of 10 million XDC tokens. And when you think about the total supply of XDC tokens right now, we're looking at 38 billion tokens roughly, with a total circulating supply of 21 billion tokens. Yes, there's no max supply per se, but we think about the 21 billion circulating right now. What happens when more masternodes step in as they grow their presence in the United States? What happens to the supply of XDC over time, right? And you can actually apply that to other projects as well that have that same similar tokenomics setup, right? But before we move into the 27.7 million transaction, guys, if you can hit that like button, this space is definitely a ghost town. So any kind of support is very much appreciated. And thank you to anybody that has subscribed to the channel and has supported me through this journey. I hope that you guys do enjoy the information you get out of this. I do try to be accurate. I try to be timely as well. So hopefully you guys do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you aboard. Here on the channel, we break down different crypto projects with no hype, no hopium, just facts. So subscribe if that's your thing. And before we move on to the next story, guys, if you do need a new Tangem wallet, you can use my code DC10. Yes, XDC is compatible with Tangem. So if you are a holder, you can move it over to your Tangem wallet. If you are in the market for it, that code is 10% off. And just so you know, for anybody that is new here, 100% of my affiliate proceeds go to NAMI to help support mental health. Mental health is a major problem globally, and they definitely try to help spread awareness and support for the people that need it. So if that is you, don't be too proud. Call NAMI, go to their website, check it out. All the information will be down in the video description as well, so you can easily find that information. Now let's go ahead and get into the next one, which comes from the XDC Network on August 17th, and this is that 27.7 million transactions. This is a big story if you've been following this network for quite some time. Check it out with me. Real utility in RWA tokenization, agentic AI commerce, trade finance, and enterprise use cases continue to scale. From Token Terminal, they state monthly transaction count on XDC Network is an all-time high of 27.7 million, up 50% over the past 6 months. And as you do see that chart there, they're giving you that breakdown. But as we read on and get more information about this, it states that the network can theoretically handle up to 2,000 transactions per second with roughly 6-second average finality, though July's average load sat at just 18.7 TPS. Over 13 billion in US, is it 13 billion? I don't want to get that wrong, guys. Looks like that's 1.3 billion in USDC stablecoin transactions have moved on chain, and XDC Tech has integrated Bridge, the Stripe-owned stablecoin infrastructure platform, to expand regulated settlements. Think about that. XDC Tech has integrated Bridge, the Stripe-owned stablecoin infrastructure platform. That is a massive door opened. And we have Animoca Brands, NTTT, Domoco Global, and Republic joined the Validator set in 2026, adding institutional weight to the network security layer. Yes, I realize I butchered those names at the end. I'm sorry. But when we think about what we just read, we are seeing that we are picking up transactions on the XDC network, and that comes from these institutional players getting on board. That just doesn't happen overnight. 50% jump in 6 months is quite a bit. And as we think about what else they're doing, they're heavily tied to USDC, right? And who has USDC tied to? If you know, let people know down in the comments. We're thinking a major player that's really tied to them behind the scenes. Let's not get into that. But let's move into the $1.54 billion being tokenized. Again, this does come from XDC Network on August 13th, 2026. Check this out with me. This is pretty exciting here. Institutional adoption is built layer by layer. Tokenized assets, native USDC settlement, institutional custody, fiat connectivity, programmable payments, resilient infrastructure, a strong perspective from MMS blockchain on how these pieces are coming together across the XDC network. And as you pop open this article here and you scroll down, you'll see this piece here, which is what we're going to talk about, that 1.54 billion. So under the tokenized assets needed for more than just a headline number, according to TradeFi.Network's RWA dashboard, the XDC network shows approximately 1.54 billion in reported RWA TVL as of August 13th, 2026. The figure is based on a methodology that combines on-chain information with issuers and partner feeds, so it should be understood as reported ecosystem data rather than proof of transactions volume or market liquidity. And that's important to understand. They're not really deciphering between which one it is. So don't get lost and think, oh man, this is crazy, it's hitting the scales. Just keep in mind, there are some nuances you need to look at when you're looking at that information. But when you go over to the TradeFi.Network site here, which will be down in the video description with everything else that you have seen on my screen, it states that this is the XDC network, and you can see there's total of 14 issuers, RWA TVL of 1.53 under 8 categories, which you'll see over there. But what I found interesting as we go through it is the issuers. We have Vert Capital, you're seeing them more and more, USDC, Mercado Bitcoin, Securitize. Who's tied to Securitize? I don't know. Who is that guy behind them? And then we have Comtech Gold, which is UAE tokenizing gold. And then you have AUDD, and you also have RCheck. So we definitely have some big players here moving in with XDC. And we think about XDC and the payments and what they're trying to do with this. Check this out from OrbitX. It says, XDC is now live on OrbitX corporate cards. This means you can deposit USDC on XDC chain and load your corporate card's balance for spending. The things your team runs on the card every day, now powered by XDC. Think about it. They have software and SaaS subscriptions from cloud tools and AI plans, travel bookings, flights, hotels, and everything on the road, client dinners, events, and business meeting spends, vendors and supplier payments at home and across borders. Deposit USDC on XDC Network, load your cards, and spend. So as we step back, we summarize all of these stories. We're witnessing XDC move into the United States market, increase institutional adoption, expanding their payments network, increasing their transactions 50% in 6 months. They are growing at a rapid pace right now, and it's a perfect time when we look at the market and what's going on. We're witnessing mass adoption for institutions. So if you're wondering why the market is the way that it is, you really have to understand you are in the market with the big dogs. At the end of the day, you have BlackRock, you have JP Morgan, you have Bank of America, Citi, Bain, White Mellon. All these places are in competition with you right now. You're in competition with them in a way that you never have been in this spot before. So if you are new to investing and you're getting shaken out, you're thinking, what's happening? Just understand you are in the middle of a battle of the new financial system and who's going to own and operate these networks. And you are here right now, this opportunity to buy a piece of the new financial system and beyond. So hopefully you are using this time not to watch the price charts and the price action, because if you look up XDC, it doesn't have the best price charts, right? Or any other project at the moment when we think about it. But we know these projects are extremely undervalued. And once you understand that, and you understand the technology of what they're solving, how they're solving it, who they're working with, you start to understand that you have an opportunity here to really stack up after you speak to your financial advisor, because I am not that guy. I don't know your finances. But I think it's an opportunity here. Check out XDC. I do have a playlist right here if you want to check out more of it. Before I let you guys go, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and become the change you want to see in the world. I'll catch you on the next one.